Here we are concentrating on this, so it diverts the attention from Guantanamo. You know, all of a sudden the Democrats, oh, we don't have enough money to close down Guantanamo. They have enough money. They sent money over to send troops into Pakistan or Afghanistan. No money was appropriated to go into Iraq. But the president didn't wait for the appropriation. He went and sent the troops to Iraq. Like there's not enough money to close down Guantanamo without a special appropriation. I mean, just the maintenance fees that you run, you could use it. So it's just a cop-out. So it's just a distraction. They get in there. I do think there's a real fight for power and control, but it is also a distraction from the real issue. Have we really talked about a change in our foreign policy? There's no change in our foreign policy. More money than ever, more threats to more people, and we're in every bit as much trouble as ever before. So there's a lot, though, that we should and could do, but under today's circumstances, I think we can't hold our breath. The fact that we're wondering about whether we should be over there, the argument is we'll fight them over there. We won't have to fight them over here. But the whole thing is that doesn't add up at all. They were over here. They came over here, and 3,000 of our people were killed. It was a terrible, terrible thing to happen. And yet the real job should be why and what were the motivations, what's going on. So we go over there with the argument, well, we got to go over there and fight them. But we went over there, and we've lost 5,000 more Americans. And we've had 30,000 severe injuries, people losing arms and legs and eyes. We've displaced 1 million people. No, 1 million have died. 2.5 million people were displaced. And there are more people. Those people have long memories. I say Americans they remember nothing, and the people in the Middle East, they forget nothing. They remember everything. So those memories go for a long time. So this whole idea, all we did was make it easier for them to get us. As a matter of fact, Osama bin Laden actually said that we're going to get you over here where it's easier. But then he said, we're going to bankrupt you. He says, we're going to bog you down, just like you helped us bog down the Soviet Union. One time that's what we were doing. His allies doing the same thing. You'd think they would learn, but they never do. So that is why I anticipate that the bankruptcy will be coming. On this whole idea about whether or not we should be optimistic or pessimistic, Ronald Reagan had, an upbeat, and he was optimistic. And politicians sort of like to follow. Everybody has to be optimistic. Tell you things are okay, things are doing good, bright side tomorrow. But I think that we have to understand that a little bit better. I think the optimism doesn't come from just talking about a good time tomorrow and everything is going to be okay. I think optimism comes from telling the truth, having transparency, and no secrecy in government, and letting the people know where we stand. Then if we're confident with our ideas and we have traditions that we can return to and we have a document that we might follow, then there's reasons to be optimistic. On the other side of the coin, if there's total denial, if they won't admit the truth, if there's secrecy and all we hear are the lies, if I can't even go to a briefing because I don't expect to get any information, I mean, the people, you must think, who am I going to listen to? Who do we believe in Washington? How can then when they can turn around and say, it's okay, we're going to take care of you. Your kids need education, we're going to give you money. Oh, they need health care. We're going to give you free health care. Oh, you need a house. We're going to give you a house. Well, we own the car companies now. We're going to make sure your car companies are safe and sound. Insurance company. We own the banks. We'll bail you out. We have all the insurance in the world. And eventually the people won't believe. And that's what is happening now. They no longer believe. And that is justifiable. It is going to be this disbelief, but it is going to spread. It's here in this room, but it's going to spread. There's still a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people still come to Washington thinking if we just get there and start lobbying and grabbing our share, we're going to get more and we're going to be taken care of. But in time, it's going to change. This is why I am so convinced that it's important that you continue to do what you're doing in the Campaign for Liberty, because it isn't what I do so much in Washington. I help along, but I can't change Washington. It's impossible. I give a speech. Sometimes somebody listens, sometimes not. A few of you might hear of it. But the program, the solution comes from you at the grassroots level. People so often ask me, well, what should I do? Well, do what you want to do. You know, everybody has a different job. The most important thing is we understand the issues, the concepts, our history, understand the morality of this, the morality of freedom, the importance of the rule of law. The Constitution is not perfect, and yet the rule of law is very important. And if we can do in the Congress whatever we want with ignoring the Constitution, and then the president can go to war without a declaration, and the courts can do whatever they want, what's left? All you have to do is have one or two or three things you ignore, and you ruin the whole principle. So the rule of law is crucial. They say, well, this is it's old-fashioned, you know, it's a modern document, and it has to be a developing document and modernized. Well, sure, fine. You know, amend the Constitution as necessary. But fortunately, it hasn't been amended too much. Unfortunately, it's been too often ignored. So we do have the tools. We need the energy. We need the people to study and understand, and that's why I am encouraged, because I think there are a lot more now than ever before. There were so many people out there that weren't so young that knew about this and understood it, have been studying it, have read about it, but then the attractiveness of these views to young people really should encourage all of us, because this will make all the difference. Have you ever watched on television when there are attempts at overthrows or revolutions taking place in other countries? Usually on campuses. You know, just think of Tiananmen Square. You know, even though that ended badly, China changed to some degree, but it was the young people who get energized, and that's why it's so important. So when I see young people and they tell me why they're interested in this, and not one single one, and it isn't just 5 or 10, it's literally hundreds, not one comes in and says, well, we want a Pell Grant. You know, it isn't that. So, but, you know, this whole idea, but really enjoyment in life it comes from self-reliance and the idea that we can take care of ourselves. And only liberty can provide that for us. In life, we should strive for excellence and virtue. If we live in a free society, we can have a reasonable chance to have a fulfilled life doing that. If you allow government to seek out and decide what is virtuous for us and what is good for us economically, they can only do it by taking away our liberty. So that is the key to it. It is our liberty that is key to all our solutions, and belief in that and conviction of that. And believe me, I'm optimistic we can work our way out of this. Thank you very much.